everyone, it's Mimi and Weezus.
Hey guys, what's good?
Today, we're going to cover yet another serious case. So, we're going to talk to you guys about the Chris Watts murder case.
But more importantly, this is going to be a series of American murderers or serial killers.
Just anything like it, you know? And this is our first episode in the series. If you guys don't know, there's already a lot of documentaries out about him, but he killed his wife and kids back in 2018. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff about him. And he killed his wife and his kids back in 2018. So I'm going to kind of I'm not going to start at the beginning of their lives or anything. I'm just going to start at the beginning of their troubles, let's say.
Ooh, so his wife. Let's go when it starts to get spicy.
Yeah, when it starts to get spicy right off the bat, dude. So his wife.
It's like when you call me for the tea, bro. I'm all about it.
Yeah, dude, you are. This is what it's like every time we record, too. It's like, okay, get this. Even though we both done our research, it's like, oh, no.
It's like I know shit, and I'm like, oh, really now?
You're like, no.
No way.
So his wife's name was Shanann. It's spelled weird. I did look it up 3 times, guys, and the way she said it's Shanann, it's not Shannon. Just letting you guys know so nobody come at me because that is her real name. And over the summer...
Still come at her, though.
Still come at. So over the summer, Shanann had noticed that Chris, the husband, was just growing like distant, acting weird. And she went to stay with some family for the summer, right? So we'll kind of start right before the troubles so you can hear. So this is on June 11th, 2018. Shanann recorded a video of her surprising her husband with the news that she was pregnant with their 3rd baby. And in the video, which I can post if you guys want to see, he's like, oh, that's awesome. And then he kisses her. And then he's like, I guess, when you want it to happen, it happens. And he like acts all excited about her being pregnant. So then June 14th, just a couple days later, Shanann also records a video of their daughter, Bella, who's 4 at the time, singing a song about how much she loves her dad, saying that, like, my daddy is a hero. He helps me grow up strong. He helps me snuggle. He reads me books. He ties my shoes. You're a hero through and through, Daddy. I love you. That's what she's singing in a song.
Oh, my God, dude. You know how much dude, I don't know if I could have kids, That's, like, not in the books for me. But I feel if I had, like, because my niece, I have my niece Sophia and then my other niece, Valeria.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, anytime they hook me up with something, I feel like, damn. They sound nice.
Special. All right.
I'm special. Like recently, my niece started calling me Theo, and I'm like, oh, bro, chill. But honestly, you want to know the only reason is just so because they know where the snacks are, and they're like Theo, and then they point out to where the snacks are, and I'm like,
yeah, they're like, give me one of those, dude.
Give me one of those. It's all interest, dude. It's all interest.
It's the snack guy, dude.
They know I'm a big guy, and they know I'm not their dad because I have a beard like him, but you know what I mean.
So they're like, dude, all you got to do is call him Tio, and then he gets you anything you want from the cupboard, dude.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, hey, this guy, call him the snack.
Snack king, dude.
The snack king. The snack plug. No, I'm just kidding.
For real. Okay, so after this video of her singing that song, right? I believe it's the same day. Let me check dates. Yeah, same day.
It's the same day? Oh, my God.
Same day as this video. Chris, the dad, enters his coworker's number. Her name is Nicole Kessinger. He enters her contact info into his phone, right? This girl, you guys, later on, it becomes his mistress. So same day that his little girl's like, you are the best, I love you. He's like, I'm going to go get with my side bitch after this. Like, that's literally how he acted.
Damn, he hit up the side bitch, the side piece, dude.
Yeah. So June 17th, 2018 comes around just a couple days after. It was sometime around this date that Chris goes ahead and tells Nicole Kessinger that he's married and has kids, but that they're in the process of getting separated and blah, blah, blah. So then on Father's Day, right, which is like that same day or the days surrounding it, she wrote like a tribute to him on Facebook. And she like posted a picture of her with like her 15-week-old, like, her 15-week baby bump with the size of an orange, girl or boy, and said like on the post, like, Chris, we're so incredibly blessed to have you. You do so much for us every day and take such great care of us. You are the reason I was brave enough to agree to number 3. And then she posts that pregnancy picture for Father's Day.
Oh my, on Father's Day? Oh my God, bro. My heart. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Dude, it's rough. And then June 19th comes around. She shares a picture from her first ultrasound on Facebook, adding that her husband is, and I quote, the best dad us girls could ask for. Yeah, she's like posting all this stuff about how much she loves him and how great he is. And
Hey,
how
bro,
the kids think he's the
it's
best
like
dad.
what you know who Bobby Olaf is, or Olaf or whatever, the one that
No,
interviewed Drake in the bed, and she's just awkward as hell.
no. You mean
No,
the dick pic vid?
no, oh my God, no, dude.
Oh, yes, Althoff or whatever her
Or
name is.
Olaf,
Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly her.
Yeah,
I think she recently divorced her husband,
yeah, I saw
and
that.
and that's literally like what she wrote on her post, like, of the divorce. Like, I was so lucky to be her wife, and then these kids are so lucky to have a dad like this and whatever.
Then why are you leaving?
And I'm like,
Oh, I
she
think he
definitely,
divorced her.
I'm like, Drake definitely smashed. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why. And
definitely
he saw the
something
video and he was like, well,
happened.
there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, he was like, all right, bye-bye. Okay, June 27th, 2018 comes around. Shanann takes Bella and Celeste, the kids, to North Carolina for a 5-week vacation, right?
Damn,
there's-
5
there's
weeks, a
yeah,
month
there's
and a half to myself.
family there, right?
Oh,
And then her husband stays back home because he works and whatnot. So then on July 4th, Nicole Kessinger goes to Chris's house for the first time to, and I quote from their interviews, set up his diet and weight loss exercise goals, is what she told the police later.
Yeah, he was gonna eat her, and they were going to smash. No,
Yeah, something, dude. And then according to like all the police documents, he invited her to his house. He cooked lunch. They ate and she left. So like, okay, we'll see. But Chris Watts told a different story, like in 2019, which was the following year, right? He said that he woke up at Nicole Kessinger's home on the morning of July 4th, and he had several missed calls from Shanann, his wife. He told her, Nicole, that he needed to go home in case his wife called back, and apparently Nicole got all mad at him. And she said something about, like, I'm always going to be the other person. You're always going to put your wife first. It's like, well, what? Like, when she said that, I'm just like,
I feel like when girls talk about, like, hey, leave your wife for me, I feel like that little delulu, you know what I mean, right?
They are, dude. They are.
Like, you say I was gonna do that. Yeah, you know how expensive a divorce is, woman. No, just...
It is pricey, dude. They are pricey. I'll say. So he told investigators, she told him that it would be best if they didn't see each other, at least for the rest of the day. But then she ended up like inviting him over back to her place that same night. Weird, right?
Of course.
So then on July 7th, this is like the first logged phone call between Nicole and Chris, the mistress, because they're doing it at this point, right? July 10th comes around. This is where shit starts to get weird with his wife, because she's gone, right? So she texts him, and I have the exact text messages, so I'm going to read them to you. She texted Chris and said, "You okay? It's like you don't want to talk. I kept trying to talk, and I had to dig it out of you." He replied to her, "I'm fine, baby. The last few days at work have put a lot of responsibility on me with new people. I didn't mean to seem short, boo. I love you to the moon and back." She responded, "I miss you, and I feel like you just want to work out and run." He said, that running, he likes to go running to clear his head. It's a way to free it all. She didn't buy the excuse, and she just said, "I wish my husband wanted to talk to me." That's what she said to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Because he's ignoring her calls while he's at the mistress's house, right? And she's like in another state being like, "Hello," and he's not saying anything.
Dude, I mean, and they're like at that point where they can't, there's no, he already decided, like, I'm done with this relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's not gonna reply, and it just sucks because she's trying so hard because she's pregnant,
And she loved him,
their
and
daughters, and she genuinely loved him,
Yeah. And then 4 days later, dude, where is he? Not with his wife. He's taking this Nicole girl on a date to a car museum.
To Pound Town. No, I'm just kidding.
Basically, for real, dude. Probably that too. So that same afternoon, when they're at the car museum, Shanann called him 4 different times, and he ignored them all. And
I don't know how she did, like, the wife didn't have like the location on him and all this shit. It's 2018, bro. That the tracking stuff was already there.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. Well, then 4 days after this, that's when Nicole starts sending Chris I don't want to call them nudes, but like semi-nudes. So this is when he got that secret app on his phone that looks like a calculator, but it's like a secret storage app. So he had that on his phone, and she was sending him like semi-nudes, and he was like, oh, nah. And he said that part of what like drew him to her was that feeling that like she was actually pursuing him and that he wasn't just pursuing her, and that's why he liked her.
There's a picture like this, Miranda, just a shoulder.
Oh, the picture's actually here. The picture's actually here, and she's wearing like a lingerie in the mirror.
Oh, it's spicy.
I think it looks like someone took the picture. I could see them in the background. Oh my God. I never noticed that. But anyways, so then July 28th comes around. Chris and Nicole, keep in mind, Nicole ain't his wife, okay? Like, this is what's bothering me. Chris and Nicole visit Great Sand Dunes National Park and spend the night at a campground there. They went on a 2-day trip, dude. Like a little romantic getaway. Went snowboarding, blah, blah, blah.
It's like where his wife always wanted to go.
Probably, dude. That's what they always do. So then a couple days later, Chris gives Nicole a love letter before leaving town. Because where's he leaving to? To join his family on their summer vacation.
Oh my God. And then the mistress is like, but I thought you said you loved me. And you said that you would leave your family for me. And then no, I'm just kidding.
That's how she acted, dude. And he left her this love. I don't want to call it a love letter. It was a card. And in the card, he wrote lyrics to a song called Down to Earth by the band Through the Roots. And there's like just a ton of quotes in there. And then it just says like love Chris at the bottom. So then after the next day, Chris flew to, I almost said South Carolina, but no, North Carolina for the final week of the family's vacation, right? This is week 5. Him and Shanann, when they reunite, do not seem to be happy, dude. They do not. So Shanann sent like a screenshot, dude, of a message between her and Chris to her friend. So I'll read it.
Okay.
If you'd like. It's pretty long, so
let's go, dude.
The screenshots are broken up a bit, but you guys will get the gist. So the first 4 messages are blurred out, but then it says perfect. The truth came out last night. I didn't create no dagger between you and your dad. That was done by your mom and your dad. I won't change a thing. My daughter's life is way more important, and you better believe I wanted to say a whole lot more than I did, but I was being the bigger person and protecting Bella. I didn't tell your dad not to come to the party. I didn't tell him not to text or call your daughter or her birthday. I didn't tell him to start acting like he only has 2 grandkids instead of 4. I didn't block your family on Facebook. He did. Myself and your kids have nothing to say to them. They do. They owe your kids their life. Your parents' home isn't a safe zone. Your mom isn't safe. You can let them tell you what you want, but I didn't tell anyone to stop loving your kids or stop acting like it. He did that, not me. So this is why I'm going to read the second, so after this message, right, you find out what are they talking about? Like, just, that's a random message to throw out and let us see, right? Yeah. Turns out that when she sent that message to Chris, it's because he didn't stand up for her after his parents had given Celeste, their daughter, nuts, even though she's allergic to them. And she was like, got pissed and was like, you guys gave my daughter nuts. Like, what the hell? She's allergic. She could die. And then he was like, it is what it is. Like, he didn't care. And he was like, don't yell at my mom, And she was like, our daughter could literally be dead right now. And you didn't stand up for her. And so, like, this is crazy that this all happens before, right?
Dude, if I ever had like an asshole neighbor, I would do that classic thing. I'd cover my hand in peanut butter and just like slap him.
Yeah. For real.
I just call him, you're weak, homie. You're weak. And it's like, you're dying over a slap of peanut butter.
For real. And I don't know if anything actually
and
happened.
I bring Mango to cover up the evidence, dude. Lick up all the peanut butter.
Lick it all up, dude. There would be residue.
There would?
I don't know why we're planning this. Yeah. But there's not even a real neighbor because this is just hypothetical. So basically, this is on August 4th, and this is in the middle of the night. So that screenshot that I had showed you before, that was between her and Chris, but that was like July 31st. August 4th comes around, the middle of the night, 12:45 comes around, the whole other thing. So they get into this huge other fight, and then she sends like novels on novels. They're like really long. and said, like basically, I'm not going to even hear an apology from your mom because like I advocate and protect our kids. I don't ever want to hear that, oh, I'm sorry I killed your kid because I was stupid. That would kill me if they like something happened to the kids because of someone just being negligent, blah, blah. So
hey, hold up. Chris Watt in this moment, he's like, so I took offense to that.
Yeah, he's like, so I took offense to that, and so I did what she told me. So I did what she told me not to do. You cannot make jokes about these kids dying. They really are dead. So I'll wait till you stop laughing before I continue the next part, dude. I swear to God.
I'm glad you're reading these screenshots, bro. It set me up perfect for these jokes. Dude.
It is bad jokes.
All right, we're good.
Ugh. That was horrible tasting. Okay. So he basically, okay, let me come back to where I was reading. She said, our kids deserve the same love and attention the other kids get, nothing less. I'm not accepting and I'm sorry from your mom because she doesn't mean it and she knew what she was doing. I made it very clear not to eat it around Celeste because she doesn't understand why before that what happened before that. Basically, she's evil and willing to risk your daughter's life just to get under my skin. You and your dad are no different if you are okay with her behavior. There's nothing wrong with me and I'm not crazy. I just love my kids way too much. From the day I left, you never said I missed you before I said it. Something changed when I left. You may be happier alone and that's fine. You can be alone. This pregnancy, you have failed to acknowledge it or to acknowledge how I'm feeling. The first trimester is the scariest and most dangerous yet. We can lose this baby at any point until delivery. I'm not going to be treated this way for having the balls to protect our family and kids. I should get a gold fucking medal for handling it the way I did because I had a lot of choice words I wanted to say to her. And then it kind of like cuts off for a second. But basically, yeah. So she's just pissed. They get in this huge
normal situation, in-laws problems.
Normal situation with the in-laws, right? Like the grandma wasn't respecting what she wanted and like the kid could have died from it, blah, blah, blah. So she's sending all these screenshots to her friend to be like, bro, what do I do? And then she said, this is what I texted him in the middle of the night. And then the friend goes like, what did he say? And she said, nothing. And then the friend's like, nothing at all. And she says, just that he loves the kids. And then the friend said, did he say that he loves you? She says, nope. He asked me if kids could see his parents and I said no. I'm standing my ground. They haven't made contact in 4 weeks. No show to her party. And they didn't even say anything for her birthday. The friend said, it's shocking that he hasn't said a word to you about what you said to him. I'm so sorry, honey. He needs to open up and talk to you about everything. You guys need to clear the air and work on it and then work on the issue with his parents. And so this is just days, a couple days before the murder.
The incident,
dude. August 4th, 2018. While Chris is away, Nicole, the mistress, what does she do? She spends 2 hours shopping for wedding dresses, dude.
Oh, okay. So let's get this straight. Nicole, delusional, right?
Delulu as fuck. I mean, as heck.
That'd be like me trying to hook up with a married woman and be like, I'm better than your man. I'm younger. I'm better. I'm faster. Homie, not even 5'2". No, I just can't.
Neither are you. I'm just kidding. I'm 5'10".
I'm actually 5'8". Measured myself, dude. We how do I say? I was with the homies. Drunk? I was with no, dude. I was never 5'10".
Oh, I thought you were.
Damn, dude, 5'10" is pretty tall, dude. Not gonna lie, that's almost 6 foot.
Almost, but it's not.
Almost, yeah, dude. Okay, so let me tell you right away. Okay. It was me, the homie Alex, the homie Ye, and Fez. Mm-hmm. And I was like, we were all like, how tall are you? Fez is like right away, like 5'10", and I was like, no, you're not. And they're like, so we busted out the measuring stick, dude, or the measuring tape, and then the homie Ye was, I'm telling everyone their heights. The homie Ye was 5'6", right?
Yeah.
Me and Alex were like 5'8", and Fez is 5'8", like almost about to hit 5'9".
Oh my gosh, he's a liar.
Yeah.
That's all I'm hearing. So the wedding dress thing happens. Okay, so hear this shit, Jesus. 3 days after the wedding dress incident, which like obviously Shanann doesn't know about that, because they just pulled data from Kessinger's phone, and they found that she spent 2 straight hours searching for her own wedding dresses online. So it's like a psycho, dude. So then August 7th comes around. Shanann confides in her friends about the problems with her husband yet again. She texts her friend and says, Chris told me last night that he's scared to death about this 3rd baby, and he's happy with just Bella and Celeste and doesn't want another baby. And then she sends all kinds of like crying faces. The friend said he's just scared. Everything will be fun once the baby comes. And then she said her friend's name, and she said, he has changed. I don't know who he is. That's literally what she typed.
Oh, that's the worst.
The friend said, I meant fine, not fun. And then she said, what do you mean? Shanann says he hasn't touched me all week, kissed me, talked to me, except for when I'm trying to figure out what is wrong. And she said, what? That doesn't sound like Chris. Did he go to the appointment? She said, yeah, but cold. Addie, I have no idea what happened. Addie's the friend's name. Go through his phone, make sure there isn't some other bitch I have to kill. That's literally what her friend says. And then she said, this is the total left field. She said, why no to counseling? Totally is out of left field. Then Shanann says, he said he's not sitting on no damn couch saying what he just said to me to no stranger. Yeah, so that's how it all starts, dude. And then 2 days later, more screenshots. Because at this point, this poor lady is just like, what is going on with my husband? Like, why did he go from being like the most loving and sweet guy to now like he won't give me attention? He doesn't want this baby. Like he must be cheating. Like, so this is when I think she's starting to be like,
suspicious.
Is that someone else? Yeah. So August 9th, August 9th comes around.
You fell in love with someone, bruv? No, just kidding.
That's literally what happens though. And that's how she should have said it, dude. Shanann tells her friend that Chris went to the ultrasound appointment but was super cold to her. So then she decided to cancel their like gender reveal party.
Damn, dude, I know that feeling, dude. You're just chilling there and then you're just like coexisting, but
Yeah.
like not acknowledging yourself, your like existence. That's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, and then so she said when they were in the ultrasound appointment that she was like trying to hold his hand and that she like grabbed his hand and that he just wouldn't squeeze it back. And then he rejected having sex with her the night that she like got back or whatever, or that he got there, whatever. She said like he rejected sex the night we got here. Only thing I can think of is that maybe he has another girl. Weird,
which is
right?
true. No.
Mm-hmm. So the same day, August 9th, Shanann leaves for her business trip to Arizona. On the way there, she texts her friend and said that her and Chris had the best talk yet the night before. She said, I'm kind of trying to go with the flow. He's talking and kind of being Chris. And she said, oh my God, thank God. I love you guys so much. And I knew everything would be okay, you know. She said, well, he's still very distant, but I don't know. And then she says, having a baby boy is a blessing. That's really all he wanted. She goes, tonight has been the best talk yet. Sorry, I was trying to give him full attention. He's out for a run now. And that was it. Then Shanann texts a friend a handwritten letter that she has written that she plans to give to Chris. I have the letter. Do you guys want to hear it?
Let's go.
All right, if you insist. It's a bit long, but it is important. My dearest Chris, I don't know where to begin. I am so lost for words.
No, I'm just kidding.
I hate you, dude. I'm starting it over. My dearest Chris, I don't know where to begin. I am so lost for words. I can't even explain how hard this pain is. The last 5 weeks have been the hardest. I missed everything about you. I missed your morning breath, your touch, your lips/kisses. I missed holding you. I missed smelling you in the sheets. I missed talking to you in person. I missed watching you laugh and play with the kids that I love so much about you. Yeah, that's what it says. It makes a little, like, there's kind of something off there, but that's what it says. I missed seeing you naked and on top of me, making love to me. Oh my God, I missed moving you around when I felt alone and upset. I didn't realize the note was going to be like this. I hadn't read it yet, guys, just so you know. I just flat out missed the hell out of you. We haven't been away from each other that long since 2012. I really don't know how we fell out of compatibility, and she put that in quotes, or if that is someone else's words. The only thing that changed this month was everything going down with your family. I can't change what happened, but I can try to work things out with them. But there has to be a mutual respect for everyone. I definitely deserve an apology because of Celeste. I can suck up her going against everything I said to our kids, but our daughter's life, and then it kind of like cuts off. So like that's where she's like, look, I'll apologize. I'll do whatever I have to fix this. I love you. I miss you. I'm so mean. Okay. So August 11th comes around. Chris hires a babysitter, dude. He said that he had to go to a Colorado Rockies game with his coworkers. But what did he do? He took Nicole on a date instead.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. No,
Well, yeah, and the Shanann's out of town, right? So he only needs a sitter for the kids. He doesn't have to worry about hiding where he's at.
Damn. What a
Savage,
piece of shit.
I hate
Piece
him.
of shit.
So then August 12th, the next day, Shanann sends a friend another draft of a speech she wants to give him. So she's like planning out speeches like days in advance because she's like, what do I do? So
oh, dude, I'm the same way, bro. Anxiety don't let me. Like,
you can't even send the message.
I'm gonna do this, and then like 8 days later, I'm like, all right, I can finally send this.
You want to know what she says, dude? This is the draft. She goes, "Can you please tell me something? Because just like you, I'm in my head. I try to fix things and make them better, and this is making me crazy. I know that you need time. I want to give you what you're asking for and respect your space. I need some time. This place that I'm in my head, is not a good place. It is not healthy for me or Nico. Nico must be the baby boy. I need you to help me help you."
Nico Romanov, dude. That's some sick Russian name.
For real. Where was I? Oh, I need you to help me help you. I need you to give just a little bit of what I did or didn't do, so I'm not going crazy in my head to figure it out. I know I can't fix this by myself, that we are going to have to work together. So that's basically what she sends him. This is her last day, okay? August 13th comes around. It's 1:48 a.m. The neighbor's surveillance camera catches Shanann returning home from that business trip. So it's middle of the night, right? Then later that morning, Chris and Shanann get into an argument when he wakes up for work. According to his testimony, he told investigators that his wife accused him of cheating, and he snapped and then strangled her to death, basically.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. So then he had a lot of stories at the beginning. So I'm just going to read this timeline, and then we'll kind of get into more. His first original thing that he said when he was very first going through this, he was pretending he had no idea where they were. He was like, where's my wife and kids? They're missing. What the fuck? Then he changes it to, okay, well, actually, we got into a fight and my wife went upstairs and I heard some like banging around. So I checked the baby monitor and one of the kids looked dead. So when I ran up there, she was strangling the other one to death and that baby was dead. So then I strangled her to death and then I hid them all. That was his like original thing when he got caught, was that the mom had killed the two girls and then he killed the mom for doing that, but didn't know what to do. So he hid the bodies, is what he said.
Oh, man. Instead of calling the cops or the lawyer or
anyone.
Or anyone.
Yeah, for that matter. So the police at this point believe him. So for like 2 whole months before he actually changed his story. So they're like, this is all over the news where they're saying like, oh, Shanann Watts murdered her 2 kids and then father, like in defense for his children, murders her.
Left daughterless. No.
Yeah, literally, that's like what they were saying. So then the truth actually comes out about what happens later. But there's some drone footage, which is like really super freaking sad, of like where her body was and how it was wrapped up and stuff. So what he said happened was they got in a fight and then he just basically snapped and started strangling Shanann. Then the kids woke up and were like, oh, what's going on? Like, this is scary. And Bella was standing in the bedroom and he was just wrapping up the mom in their bed sheets from their bed. And he was just like letting her watch. So then he picks up the wife's body in the sheet, drags it out to his truck. And then in that early morning hours, so this is still August 13th, 2018. It's at 5:27 a.m. More surveillance footage of Chris loading up his work truck, leaving the house. So he puts her in and then he puts the kids in alive. By the way.
Alive? The kids were alive still?
The kids are alive.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. So he then drives out to an oil field where he works at and he's like, what am I going to do? I'm just going to throw Shanann's body out here. But then so what he has said happened is that he got Shanann out of the car and just like threw her body there. And then This is really freaking sad. Goes back and then smothers the girls one at a time and
Oh
kills them.
man, so one saw the other one saw everything basically.
So Celeste was the one who he killed first. And I guess after that, then Bella, he said in his interview that like, oh, I'll never forget like hearing what Bella said. And I guess she said like, Daddy, no, when he was like trying to kill her. And that she said like, it's the same thing that you just did to Cece. Like, is that going to happen to me? And then he still smothered her. And then he threw them in oil tanks. He didn't throw them out in the field like he did with his wife. He threw them in separate oil tanks because there was 2 separate ones. Why? There's never been like an exact answer. The media and just like other people assume that he put them in the oil tanks just to mask the smell of like decomposition is what they say. But yeah, so then that morning at like 10:10 is after disposing of his wife and kids, he looked up on his phone the lyrics to a Metallica song called Battery. And the line in there is, cannot kill the family. So I don't know why. It's just
again,
weird.
He was like, I took offense to that.
For real. So that all happens. And then this is 2 hours after that. The realtor, because they were like looking at new houses and whatnot, the realtor texts both Chris and Shanann on like a group chat and is like, hey, I need to know the current state of your house, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to work on this analysis, whatever. So just Chris keeps texting her back all day, right? So then at this point, the realtor is like, this is weird because Shanann always texts back like, so the realtor literally said, hey, is Shanann okay? She hasn't weighed in on any of this all day. And then Chris goes, she hasn't been around all day. It's very odd. That's what he texted the realtor back.
God, dude, he knew he was like, I gotta lie.
Yeah. So immediately. Then, you know, the realtor says, that's really weird. You must be worried. Have you checked with her friends or called and reported her missing? Chris goes, I've done it all. Police are handling it now. Send prayers, please. The realtor says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Lots of prayers. Yeah, and this is like at around noon, 12:30-ish. So then 1:40-ish, this is the same day. This is all happening quick because people are like, where is she? Why isn't she answering her phone? Where are the kids? Like everything's just going off. So her friend, Nicole, not Nicole the mistress, or a different Nicole, Atkinson, she reported her missing because she said, this is weird, couldn't get a hold of her. So her friend goes over to the house, then realizes that Shanann's car is in the garage, but then like no one's answering the door. So she's like,
what is going on here? No.
And keep in mind that like at this point, nobody knows Chris has killed the girls, obviously, besides him. Everyone's like, he's pretending to be like this distraught dad looking for his family. So after looking through the house, a neighbor invited Chris and the police over to his house. He said, like, why don't we just watch the like surveillance footage so that we can just see like when she left or whatever.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which he had said, well, she left with the girls while I was at work, so I don't know where they went. But the footage shows her getting home but never leaving, dude. And at this point, the police are still like, where could she be?
They're like, this guy couldn't have killed his wife. He's too nice. Everyone says he's too nice.
Yeah. So the next day, August 14th, it's the afternoon, the news channel comes to talk to him and say, like, what do you need us to do? You want to go on air? You want to talk? He literally, dude, is so psycho. He went on the news live and said, Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. If somebody has her, just please bring her back. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anyone here. Like, please.
Oh my God, dude.
That's some psychopath shit, dude.
For real, bro. He was like, I murdered them all, but now it's my time to shine. He thought he was going to get his Hollywood moment right there, bro.
He really thought. So at this point, the police are like, this ain't making sense, right?
This is a bit suspicious.
Yeah, this is a bit sus. So August 15th, it's the evening. Police have discovered at this point that Chris Watts has a mistress. And they asked him to take a lie detector test, which he was like, okay, fine, give me a lie detector test. He fails it, dude. He fails the polygraph. So then at this point, on this day, which is the 15th, he admitted that, okay, fine, I strangled Shanann and buried her in a shallow grave at the oil site that I work on. And then he's still telling everyone that I didn't kill the kids, though. So this is when they find out, right? I didn't kill the kids. I just killed her because this is when he lied and said he caught her murdering them or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. So then there's like footage of his dad in that room talking to him, and then him saying, I killed her. And then the dad said, like, oh, Jesus Christ, what have you done? You know, stuff like that.
So the dad knew. What a piece of shit.
Well, he knew during this interview that, like, because so keep in mind, Chris had already told the police, yes, okay, fine, I killed my wife. You got me. And so then the dad is like, what the heck? And he's like, I killed her. And there he's like, oh no, son. Like, what have you done?
She made me do it.
Mm-hmm. That's what he did, dude. So later that night, it's like 11:30 p.m., Chris Watts is officially arrested on the suspicion of 3 first-degree murders and 3 charges of tampering with a deceased human body, because you can't be moving bodies around, right? August 16th.
Damn, I can't even put it in a pose, bro.
You can't do shit.
If I died, bro, I want someone to put me in a pose.
Well, maybe like after the police check you out. It depends on how you die, I guess.
Oh, true. What if I was like, tampering. What if they were posing me and then like I had a heart attack right there and I just died in a funny pose?
That would be ideal, because then no one would get in trouble.
Or grabbing my dick, dude. That'd be funny too.
That's what I'll do if you die. First thing. So August 16th, this is 3 days after all of this has started. In the afternoon of that day, Shanann Watts' body is discovered in a shallow grave near the oil site. The bodies of the girls are also discovered in the 2 oil tanks at this time. And it's like out in the middle of nowhere. I will post the picture because it's super sad. August 21st, this is when Shanann's family actually had to go to court to see like Chris during his arraignment.
Okay, dude, hold up. Before you say that, let me tell you guys something about the bodies. Okay. Since they were left in oil, Miranda said in oil drums, when they found them, essentially when they pulled them out, like the skin basically fell off the bone, like if it was nothing.
Yeah, it was like sloughing off.
It was like, yeah, so basically, you know, it was just skeleton and slop in there.
Yeah. So this same year, right, after they find the bodies and everything, he finally like pleads guilty. So this is November 6th, 2018. He pled guilty to all 9 counts that were against him. So he got 5 counts of first-degree murder. And so basically he said, all right, well, now that I'm caught, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the truth. I killed my wife and the kids, so I'll take responsibility for all 3 of their murders. There's 2 additional murder charges added on there just because the kids were under 12 years old. So that's why it's 5 counts of murder. Then he also pled guilty to 3 counts of tampering with a deceased human body and 1 count of unlawful termination of a pregnancy because she was pregnant. So that also counted as a murder. Mm-hmm. So he got charged with 3 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 84 years. So
he's never getting out.
He's never getting out. Ever.
Okay, dude. So you know how we always hit these conspiracies and shit.
Yep.
I got something for you, bro. And it's in relation to Chris Watts.
Tell me.
Okay, dude. So this guy, you know, he's been already convicted in jail. He, you know, everyone thinks he's acting crazy, but I just think he's just a narcissist in reality.
Yeah.
He set up multiple times on videos and interviews because people can interview him and stuff, that he gets visited every night by his dead wife and his kids.
I believe it, dude. Like,
okay, so and then you guys can look up these videos because all this is on YouTube, like Miranda said, it's documented. So when right before he killed them, or right after he killed them that same day, you know how the police came to investigate or whatever, and the house was empty. If you guys listen to that video, there's always people talking through the video, but you have to find where there's no talking, because there's usually someone commentating. I mean, and during the video you can hear, the first thing you hear is like a kid laughing. like in the distance while the cops and Chris are talking, and then you see like an aberration walk on because there's a 2-story house, like walk by, like a little kid walk by, basically
Yeah.
full force. Okay, so that for me, that's just the kids coming back.
It is,
And then there's another part. There's another video, exactly what you said with the neighbor surveillance. Right when the neighbor turns on the TV, there's like a baby like in a womb, basically. And Chris immediately says, "Oh, my wife was pregnant,"
yeah.
Like, okay. And then immediately after that, there's like a skull, like a human skull, and then it like gets covered like in black smudge. So basically, I don't know. It was basically
It's like a sign.
It was like a sign, yeah.
There's also a video that I saw of they had the, like the search and rescue dogs. Like this, they wanted to sniff out where the kids were.
Yeah.
So the two officers were upstairs, and they were in their room, and they had like the dog sniffing everything. And they like went into the closet, or they had opened like the walk-in closet, and the dog walks in, and there's like a little kid like laugh type of thing, or someone laughing, and they both like look at each other, and then they say, "What was that?" And she's like, "Is there a toy in there?" So they start like kicking everything around trying to find it, and there was like nothing in there. But they have it on tape, and the two people who were there were like, "What was that?"
Yeah.
So it's not even like that, dude. And you want to know what's even like, I don't want to say even crazier, because this whole case is just absolutely insane.
Yes.
But based on what like psychiatrists are saying, a lot of them have obviously interviewed him to be like, okay, how can this happen? Because several people, including his wife, and her friends and other people, have said that no one had ever noticed or mentioned any signs of like domestic violence or any violence from him in any way ever before. Like, he was the sweetest man. His wife never told her friends anything about like, oh yeah, he used to like try to hit me or yell at me or nothing. Like, he was just so sweet. Like, and then all of a sudden just, I'm just gonna murder my wife and kids and like bury them. Like,
what happens
right?
for the switch to flip like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, the people that have like talked to him and what is the word I'm looking for? Have like, I don't know, just watched him and done interviews with him and stuff, and like evaluated. That's the word I was looking for. Evaluated his behavior. Yeah. They literally said that no, this is not a psychotic break. He was cleared for all of that. So he didn't have a psychotic break, and he didn't have any kind of schizophrenia or mental illness. He was completely of sound mind and made the decision to do it on his own, just out of sound mind. And he wasn't
like, let's
crazy,
kill these people.
Yeah, and they said like it wasn't like a mental breakdown or anything. And he has still said he mentioned that he still loves his former mistress, which is Nicole. He said that in an interview, and that he blames her, right, for making him so crazy with desire that he had to murder his whole family to get a fresh start with her. But he still loves her, is what he said.
Oh man, dude, this guy just didn't want to take responsibility for his actions, like always.
Mm-hmm. And even worse, dude, his parents like stood up for him. So the moms,
man, they were like, "Hey, my baby boy, he would never."
No, they know he did it. Like, literally, the mom said, like, not a day goes by that I don't think about what my son did to my daughter-in-law and my grandchildren. Like, I go to sleep with them on my mind. I'll never get over this, whatever. But she said that, well, despite it all, though, we still love him. Like, that's our son.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. That's wild.
That's what they said. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I do not know. That's weird. Real weird.
Yeah.
And
what do you even do?
I don't know. Like, if your own son did that, dude. I pulled up, like, before we started this, I pulled up just like some random pages of just like random facts about the case that aren't necessarily always like, talked about, because there's so many facts that go into cases like this. And one of them was that, like, just the week before, like, he spent a normal Sunday with his family. And just took him out on there's a picture, they were on the car, like, let's go out for ice cream and spend the day together. And then boop. Mm-hmm. And there's been other reports that he wasn't only just involved with this girl, that there was like other reports that he was, had cheated before and that he liked other people and there was other women and like a man even. So
I believe it.
It is just insane. It is insane to me. I can't imagine hurting someone that like that.
Yeah, it's like it's such a difficult thing because they say that they love them, right?
Yeah.
But like, what does that word mean to them, bro? Like, if you did that to someone that you love, imagine an enemy.
Oh, you want to know what else?
Yes.
Okay, so I forgot this part because this part is like a little controversial too, dude. Okay, so
Okay, let's go.
When he pled guilty to these murders, right? The district attorney declined to seek the death penalty for him. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Shanann's family asked them not to. They said they just didn't want to see any more deaths, and I'm like,
wow.
What? I mean, I guess that they said they didn't want to see any more deaths, but you think they just were like, nah, make him suffer in prison for the rest of his life for what he did?
Yeah, but I feel yeah, maybe because the death penalty is too good for him.
Yeah. What would you do? Like, say
See, if I was the court, I'd be like, let him rot in a jail cell. Because either way, the inmates, once they find out what he did, they're gonna beat him up on the daily for a good chunk of his life, right?
Yeah.
And then if he goes to any new jail, same shit is just gonna happen. It's like, what are you in here for, man? He's gonna obviously lie, and then eventually you're gonna find out, and then your inmate's gonna tell these group of people, hey, this homie's the wife beater or wife killer and the child diddler, you know what to do. And then like a group of people come while he's showering and just beat the out of him,
Yeah. Well, I mean, originally when he got put in prison, they ended up taking him to like a different prison out of state because of, and I quote, security concerns is what they said. Because of that exact thing that you're saying. Like, people find out what you did. And like, I get people in prison do a lot of bad things, but like, it's really weird because when you talk to people who have been in prison, and you read about prison cases, like one things that they always say is like, if you do something to kids, or if you like are a pedophile, or you murder your wife and kids, or do anything like that, like you are not going to be
child beater or a child or a wife beater. Those two are very,
they don't like it,
dude. They don't like it, yeah.
Mm-mm.
They're like, you can murder a man 100 times, but if you beat your wife, you're dead in here.
Yeah, that's literally what they do. And there is, I'll post this page. And I will tell you guys, it's super graphic, but they do have like the report from because he did a 5-hour interview after he was put in prison. It was 5 hours. And you can hear it here, you can read about it, but they also have like the reports from the case. It has the details of the murder and the domestic violence stuff. And it's like scary to read and watch because he said that like when he said that when he was yelling at his wife, he literally said, "You're never going to see the kids again. You're never going to see them again. Get off me," and blah, blah, blah. She said that to him. Sorry, I said it the opposite way. She told him, like, "You're never going to see the kids again. Like, get away from me." He started choking her with both of his hands. And then he said that she didn't even fight back. He said she didn't even
He
scream.
probably broke her neck, like, right away.
I don't know.
Because you can either choke someone until they pass out, or you end up breaking their neck as soon as you squeeze.
They didn't say that her neck was broken. They said she died from strangulation only. So the prosecutor during the trial, he had said to him, like, it takes like 2 to 4 minutes to strangle someone to death. And then he just was like, so why couldn't I let go? Like, why couldn't I let go?
The anger, bro. We've talked about it in the past episodes,
Yeah.
The narcissism and all that. Like, you made me do this. You made me choke you. All because he wanted a fresh start with the side piece.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, and then when he went to do it to the kids, I just don't, like, none of it makes sense. And so, like, and the fact that like Bella walked into the room and was like, "Hello, like, what's going on?" And then he was just like, "Oh, we're just gonna wrap her in a sheet, no biggie,"
and made them go on a little trip.
Yeah, and then made them see all that. And then he even said that, like, Bella, like, touched her mom and was like, "Wake up, mommy," like, doing stuff like that. And then he was like, "Leave her alone. She doesn't feel good." And then just get in the truck.
Oh, dude, what an animal.
Mm-hmm. So like this whole thing had like he went into really extremely vivid detail describing the murders and stuff during this case. So I will post it because it's like I don't really want to read everything he says on here because it is disgusting and it seems like he's like happy about what he's done. And now that the people want to interview him, and so he gets the opportunity, and he's like, "Well, then she said this, and then the kids did this in the car ride, and they said this, and ugh, like I'll never stop thinking about it." And I'm like, "Bro, it's like I don't know how much of it's actually true because this man is literally a psychopath, but I am posting this in our link tree."
For sure.
What do you think about it, Jesus?
Oh man, I don't know, dude. It's like, you know, I hear a lot of these crime podcasts, and I think I've said it before, right? Like, you know, when the girl goes crazy or decides like they're gonna do something, they just murder like one kid or like one person, and then they dip, right? They disappear or they get caught. It's just one or the other. When the guy goes crazy, he's like, okay, I'm gonna murder my whole family, the dog, and then I might kill myself, or I'm gonna turn myself in. Like it's always like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what those people go through in those moments, like what they're thinking. You know, they're conscious because a lot of like you said, he knew what he was doing. But like, how do you decide one day to like murder the person you say you love or the kids that you've been taking care of for the past 5-6 years?
It makes no sense, dude. It really doesn't. Like, there's no way for me to like wrap my mind about. And then for like professionals to be like, no, he didn't have a mental breakdown. This is just who he is. He was in completely like sound mind. He still is today. And he just was like, no, I just did it. Like that's the way he talks too. If you go back and watch all the footage of like the police footage when they're like trying to find them, and then he's like, oh, because he had to pretend. Keep in mind that he had to like act during this whole thing, because then he wasn't even smart enough to like take her stuff out of the house. Like he left her phone there, her purse there, her wallet there, and so then everyone's like, wait, why isn't she here? But all her stuff is here, you know. And so then
stuff
like
he would never leave without.
yeah, and then he had to like pretend to find it. Like the police would be there, and he'd be like, oh, looky here, her phone is here. Looky, like what the hell? So like he had to act throughout the whole thing, and then later to be like, all right, gosh, guys, I did it. Chill.
It's like, bro, you would know Jesus. How do I say? Someone kidnapped Jesus because you would find my phone. You'd find my like Bluetooth headphones that I always, and then my wallet, right? Those are the three things that are always in my pocket. Maybe a lighter, maybe, depends on if it's cold outside. But that's how you know.
No, that's insane. I don't even know how to feel about it, dude.
It's sickening, dude.
It is completely sickening.
Yeehaw, brother.